Ventura County Pirates Baseball is brought to you by The Answer is Yes. Find out if you qualify for a refund from fraudulent credit card transaction fees. Call 760-685-5813. By WFG Insurance. Need life insurance? Income tax returns? Call Cassidy, Eden, or Lou Stowers at 562-266-7024. Well, along with Alex Ramol, I'm Lou Stowers, and welcome to Simsheimer Stadium in San Luis Obispo, a capacity of about 1,800 folks, home of the San Luis Obispo Blues, who are 11-12, third in the CCL North. Meanwhile, the Pirates are now 4-19, sixth overall in the CCL South. And last July 2nd, the Pirates lost a nail-biter here to the Blues, 11-10. Sean Mann was the big man on campus with 3 hits, including a 2-run home run and a 2-run triple, 5 RBIs and 2 walks. And the Blues have lost 2 in a row on a road trip down south to the OC Riptide and Caneo Oaks. And the Blues will start Jackson Howell 1-1 with a 2.57 ERA against the Pirates, who lost a nail-biter last night in Pasadena, 6-5 to the Saints, Alex Ramol.
Yeah, it was a tough game for the Pirates. League going back and forth, but then just some rough relief pitching really just bit the Pirates. There was too little too late on offense too, I'd say, but a competitive match, and since going to Alaska, a big win over the Sunrays and a close loss to the Saints. So it's been looking up since the big trip up north.
And some other players added as well to the lineup. Maybe we'll get to see them later on today. Here is the Pirates lineup to face Jackson Howell. It'll be Ethan Kearney in right field, DJ Akiyama the shortstop, Gabe Juarez the catcher, Brandon Wynn the center of the left fielder, batting cleanup, Robert Pitts Jr. in center field, Jose Mariano the first baseman, Ryder Gordon will be the second baseman, Robbie Treto will be the designated hitter, and Evan Jaquez will be the third baseman. And on the mound it will be Mason Miles, and he is ready to go, who had a terrific game up in Alaska.
Yeah, pitched 4 innings in his lone appearance during our doubleheader set, so he was absolutely fired up. I remember by the end of it, started out a bit rocky, but then settled in, and that's what the Pirates are going to want to see from him today. A few innings after using 4 pitchers yesterday against the Saints in a loss, so Miles is going to be key to compete with the Blues.
Sure is. Our umpires today are Mark Sharkey behind the plate. Jerry Howard is the first base umpire. Andrew Bergstrom will be the third base umpire. In left field, Giovanni Blanchette for the Blues. It'll be Ethan Royal in center field and Jake Hicksonbaugh in right field. In the third baseman will be for the Blues, Casey Borba. Sam Ardois will be the shortstop. Braden Jeffries, the second baseman. Zach Tellerman will be the first baseman. Owen Estabrook will catch Jackson Howell. The field manager for the Ventura County Pirates is Scott Murray. He's assisted by Sean Skelly, and the pitching coach is Nick Cardinal. The head coach for the San Luis Obispo Blues is Dean Traynor. And in talking to him a little while before the game, he has been in San Luis Obispo quite a while, as a lot of people do that come up to San Luis. They love it so much up here on the Central Coast, and they stay put and grow roots.
Yeah, you said people practically get stuck here, and I can understand why. It's a beautiful area of California. I've never been up here, but I can already see the appeal.
And now let's rise and enjoy our national anthem.
Youth chorus, take it away, guys.
the Central Coast Youth Choir. And the kids are all right. Baseball family style in San Luis Obispo at Simsheimer Stadium. And Alex, this is terrific. We have 4 rows of seating from about third base all the way around to first base. And then after that, it's a grassy hill to watch baseball. Then you can bring your chairs and whatever.
Yeah, I've been impressed by a lot of the CCL venues, and the only one we're seeing from the north is an absolute home run. This is a great place to watch a game with your family.
Speaking of home runs, it's not going to be an easy shot. Maybe the 335 down the line, but then it really goes out to 380 in left center field, 395 in center field, then right center field, it's 365, and then a little bit of a short porch down the right field line at 320 feet. So maybe one of these hard-hitting Pirates, the left-handers especially, can get something going, and we know Jose Mariano can go the other way as well.
Yeah, Jose Mariano's been swinging with a lot of power. Ryder Gordon yesterday with a home run against the Saints to take the lead towards the middle of the contest.
That was a bit of a surprise.
It was, but he's been ramping it up all season. Gordon stepped up huge in Alaska, so if there's any time for him to do it, I would expect it now rather than earlier in the season. But as a team, I'd say the power has really been improving for the Pirates. Not something that you saw a lot early on in the year.
Or last year, even though Sean Mann had 5 home runs, and Andrew Buglino also with some home runs as well, but not too many. The power here that these Pirates have generated in 2024 has been something to see, and maybe they can generate an upset win here today. So it will be Ethan Kearney, who has earned a spot in the lineup after his performance in Alaska, DJ Akiyama and Gabe Juarez, who is in for Brody Brown, who again injured his knee back in Alaska the last game, and we sure hope that everything's going to be okay with him.
Yeah, Kearney, since getting back from Alaska, he was great over there. Had a gritty game in the win against the Sunrays, only got on base once, I believe. But then yesterday, it was more back to what we'd seen up north. He was 2 for 4 with a run scored and was really seeing the ball well, which is a great sign for VC.
The Pirates are dressed in their red away uniforms, uniform tops with the white numerals and lettering, and their gray pants. And then the Blues are dressed in their gold uniform tops and white home pants, navy blue sanitary socks, and we're getting ready to go here also with the navy blue hats. Here comes Jackson Howell's first pitch, and that is in for a strike, called by Mark Sharkey. 6:09 first pitch.
Howell with 14 innings, a 2.57 ERA.
This one's grounded to second base. Jeffries has it and throws it over to Zach Talaman for the first out.
And that's happened a few times this season. I've noticed early on in the games, swinging early too. It's like the Pirates haven't warmed up enough yet and can get some early ground outs that have hurt their chance to score early sometimes.
That'll bring up DJ Akiyama, who loves to pull the ball to right field. Let's see if he can get something up from Jackson Howell. Third baseman Barboa is in, but this one hits Akiyama, and that one bit him a little bit, but DJ will take it.
He's now been hit 4 times since getting back from Alaska. That's only 2 games and then the very start of this one. We were talking after the game in Pasadena last night, and he was like, I'm getting sore. My legs are starting to hurt.
Well, he's played a lot of games, that's for sure, in a row. And it's kind of like that lead horse, ride him, hopefully not until he doesn't have any more left in the tank, but DJ Akiyama also a threat to steal if his leg's not hurting too much. Gabe Juarez steps in. The big catcher stands straight up and down, and this one's lined down the left field line over Scott Murray's head, and that's strike 1.
Yeah, get out of the way, Scott Murray. But he's got a baseball player's reflexes still.
He also has to drive the van home. Can't hit him. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Juarez. And that's on the outside corner for a strike.
Catching depth an issue for the Pirates, especially since Brody Brown went down with an injury in Alaska. But he's here today. Carson Chavez, formerly of the Bucks, getting pulled up, but he's not available. More depth being added at the backstop for VC.
Here comes the 0-2, and that is a changeup, and that is inside 1-2 to Juarez. And the infield is pinching towards 2 to play 2, especially second baseman Brandon Jeffries. The outfield is playing straight away, although Blanchette in left field playing off the line. Slider, and that's low, so Juarez, who has a patient eye, evens up the count at 2-2. So we'll see if DJ might be off on the pitch. Howell looks over at Akiyama, who has a decent lead over there. Being held on by Tallerman, doesn't go. The pitch gets away from Estabrook. This is going to be a wild pitch. And Akiyama, a little lame there, running down to second base. But he'll take it. Was hit by the pitch. Wonder if that was on the knee bone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that right knee has just been pelted since he's gotten back from Alaska.
Right above the knee is where he's rubbing. So being held on by Brandon Jeffries. Howell looks back. Here comes the 3-2 to Juarez, who hits it high and deep into left field. It's got to one-hop the wall. Akiyama is going to limp into home as Gabe Juarez has an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Pirates in the top of the first.
Good for DJ Akiyama that ball was doubtless a double. He got home without having to strain too much. He's still looking a little hurt on the way back to the dugout, but he's going to earn some rest there by scoring the first run of the game.
Well, if that keeps up, maybe the Pirates can get something going and throw a little ice on it. And that'll bring Brandon Wynn, the left fielder, coming in up high. So that ball, we noticed that Giovanni Blanchette was playing off the third base line in left field, and that's where Juarez hit it. Brandon Wynn pops this one up into short left field. Blanchette makes the catch. Juarez does not advance. And so now there's 2 out, and that'll bring up Robert Pitts Jr.
And Gabe Juarez was chastising me, talking about his speed on the broadcast. You know what, Gabe? You're not making it to third from that.
No one is. Not even Robert Pitts Jr.
No.
Well, hey, he's got a stolen base, right?
He does.
So Gabe, this one's lined into right field, in for a base hit. Juarez is going to be waved home as this one got by Hexenbaugh in right field. So it's a base hit and an error. And it's 2-0 Pirates over the Blues.
And I think Juarez was being waved home anyway, showing that speed that he has so very much of. But the call was just completely rewarded because it was mishandled by Hexenbaugh. I wonder what happened there.
So Hexenbaugh probably looked down at the ball or took his eye off the ball, and then it just went under his glove. So with 2 down, it's 2-0 Pirates here in the top of the first, and Jose Mariano has a chance to really make it hurt. Pitts jumping off the second base bag, and the first pitch to Mariano is outside for a ball, 1-0. So Jose, a pleasant surprise out of the Philippines. I want to say hello to his mom, Camille, back in Manila. Howell turns around and Pitts scampers back. Talked to Robert on the way up here on one of the vans, and he had a virus that he just couldn't shake, and that's why he didn't make it to Alaska. Howell looks back at Pitts. Here comes the 1-0, and this one's fouled back, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, what a relief it is to have Robert Pitts back in the lineup. I almost forgot just how fast he was when we were in Alaska, because he was causing fits to the Sunrays and Royals pitchers, even just looking at him for pickoffs.
That would have been so much fun to have him up there, but it did give the Ethan Kearney a chance to shine. So 1-1 the count to Mariano, and this one's way outside, and 2-1. So Pitts, how did he do yesterday?
Yeah, Robert Pitts had a better game than he did against the Sunrays. Was 2 for 3 with a run scored. Also walked, of course, mixed in a stolen base there.
There goes Pitts. Pitch is swung on and missed, and the slide in there. Underneath the tag, and a stolen base for Robert Pitts, and it's a 2-2 count to Mariano. So a base hit, an error, and a stolen base, and Robert Pitts was over at third in scoring position, 90 feet away. And Scott Murray taking advantage of Pitt's speed and taking advantage of the Blues right now. Pitts coming way down the line at third base, and this one, as Mariano tried to tap it into right field, but it's fouled back, and it remains 3-2.
Mariano's eager to get contact here because he knows that pretty much anything could score Robert Pitts.
Mariano with a majestic home run up in Fairbanks, at least 400 feet away in left center field. Here comes the 2-2, and this one's lined into center field and into the glove of Ethan Royal for the third out. So 2 runs on 2 hits and a man left, and we'll go to the bottom of the first with the Pirates leading 1-0 and over the Blues, who are coming up to face Mason Miles. But first of all, I want to tell you that you can become a Ventura County Pirate or Bucks host family. Call George Furneaux, the general manager, at 805-501-0470 for details. We'll be back after this on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Before the bottom of the first, I want to let you know that you can follow the Ventura County Pirates and the Bucks on social media. Go to V County Pirates for team news and leave your comments. That's V County Pirates on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. 2-0, the Pirates are leading the Blues. Before they get to their first at bat, they being the Blues, it'll be Ethan Royal, Braden Jeffries, and Casey Borba to face Mason Miles.
And Ethan Royal also led off yesterday in the 9-2 loss to the Oaks. He had a rough time, as many of the Blues did. He was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts.
And even though it was a long trip up here, I want to shout out to one of the parents that made it all the way up here, Gregory Jabara, who's Aiden's daddy. First pitch is a slider, and that's in for a strike to Mason. That is huge to get ahead on the count for Mason. So he's walking through the parking lot looking for the umpires. As here comes the 0-1. And that's outside as Gabe Juarez was out there, was positioned out there, trying to make Royal go fishing. So I was walking through the parking lot, and I hear this low bellowing, "Blue." And I don't know anybody here. And there's another slider that's in for a strike, and it's 1-2. And there's Greg.
You're the guy from my TV set.
Yeah. So here comes the 1-2 from Mason Miles to Ethan Royal. And that one just missed, something off speed, and it's 2-2.
One chalked up as a miss, but Miles can keep going back to that because he'll get swings and calls as the game progresses in that spot.
Needs to concentrate on that. Here comes the pitch, and that's a fastball sent the other way to Ryder Gordon, who picks it up and throws over to Mariano. 4-3 on the putout. Let's go to the starting lineup for the Blues. Ethan Royal, you've just met. Braden Jeffries, the second baseman, followed by Casey Borba, the third baseman. Cleaning up, Zach Tallerman, the first baseman. Designated hitting is Brendan Hummerford. Then the catcher, Owen Estabrook, and Giovanni Blanchette, Jake Hicksenbach, and Sam Ardois. And strike one to Braden Jeffries. So Mason Miles also likes to pitch quickly and pitches out of a stretch rather than a windup. Fastball, and that just missed. 1-1.
It's another one that was really close from Miles. He's been looking sharp so far in a limited sample, even if he hasn't gotten every call.
Speedy outfield for the Pirates. Swing and a miss on a fastball, and it's 1-2. Let's introduce them to you. Brandon Wynn is in left field. Robert Pitts Jr. is in center. And Ethan Kearney is playing a shallow right field, even though there's a left-hander, Brandon Jeffries, at bat against Mason Miles. This one swung, and Gordon has it over to Jose Mariano, and another 4-3 putout. So that was hit off the end of the bat, and a lot of backspin on that one before it reached Gordon.
Yeah, I think both of those ground balls to Gordon were pretty deceptively tough. That one, because it was so slow. The one before, I think, because it was taking some weird hops in the dirt. But Ryder Gordon has just been really solid. Had an incredible play from third last night, and combining that with his bat that's been getting better, he's been a real asset.
Sure has, and wherever you put him in the outfield or in the infield there, or probably anywhere, he'll play outfield too, I would imagine, if asked. He just wants to play.
Yeah.
As do most of these guys. Oh, I shouldn't say most, all these guys. As Gabe Juarez was positioned outside, and Mason Miles hit it, but it's 0-1, or excuse me, 1-0. To Casey Borba.
One of the guys who didn't play against the Oaks. Got to shake things up after a rough offensive performance.
So the pitch was a strike to Borba. Borba coming in with a 217 average. Next pitch, and that's in for a strike, so it's 1-2. So Miles has been getting ahead of the hitters. All three hitters so far.
Yeah, nothing more you can ask for. He's been dialed in the early part of this game.
Swing and a miss, and 1-2-3 go the Blues in an impressive first inning for Mason Miles and the Pirates. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no Blues left on base. We'll go to the top of the second inning with the Pirates leading 2-0 And the answer is yes. MasterCard and Visa is the largest class action settlement in U.S. history. If your company took Visa or MasterCard payments between 2004 and 2019, you are entitled to file a claim for a refund for being overcharged for transaction fees. Call Kevin Sumstein at 760-685-5813. You're watching the Ventura County Pirates on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Top of the second we go, and before we go any further, I really have to give a shout out to General Manager of the Blues, Adam Stowe, for putting in the most comfortable chairs in the CCL.
Oh, now you're just making fun of me. Mine's half
No, I'm
broken.
not. No, I'm not.
Almost,
yours is broken.
I almost fell to the ground.
Well, but it's comfy though, isn't it?
I can tell it was once a supreme chair, but maybe past its prime.
Oh, mine's beautiful. But it's not a dig against you. I mean, everybody's got these beautiful office chairs. Next pitch, and that's in for a strike to Ryder Gordon, who got assists on 2 of the 3 outs in the top of the first inning. Mason Miles, 1-2-3 with 12 pitches. On the other side, Jackson Howell with 17 pitches, gave up 2 runs on a hit and an error. This one's a grounder up the middle for a base hit. And the leadoff man is on for the Pirates.
I'll admit I was a bit worried seeing Gordon take 2 pitches in a row, because in the 7th yesterday against the Royals, in a key spot, he didn't swing at all in 4 pitches, got struck out looking to end the inning, completely changed the game. So seeing him being more aggressive is what the Pirates should want.
That'll bring up number 13, Robbie Trato, the designated hitter out of Cal State Monterey Bay. Talk about beautiful places to go to school. Sheesh. Slider is outside for a ball. Trato, with great patience at the plate, and also, since he knows how to run the bases, knows that Gordon would like to steal as well. So let's watch this chess game between Howell and Trato. This one's up and in, and it's 2-0 now to Robbie Trato. How did he do last night?
Yeah, he had a good enough game, 1 for 4 with a run batted in, but struck out to end the game. It was looking like it was slipping away from the Pirates already, but to see Trato go down on strikes to end it was, not something you'd expect to see.
Meanwhile, it's 2-0 to him here, and this is up high, 3-0, with Gordon on at first, and the Pirates sporting a 2-0 lead with Jackson Howell on the mound. Gordon, not really a big lead, and this one gets past Estabrook, the catcher, and that's going to be ball 4, so no pass ball, no wild pitch.
Not officially a passed ball, but Estabrook knows he missed that one.
Yep. So runners at first and second, and nobody out for Evan Jaquez, who's being tutored between home plate and third base by manager Scott Murray. Nick Cardinal, the pitching coach for the Pirates, is coaching at first. So Ryder Gordon at second, Robbie Trato at first, Evan Jaquez, I'm sure wants to get something going here, as he needs to get his back going. Jeffries pitching in, and a bunt try pulled back, but it's called a strike. So it's 0-1.
And Jaquez didn't feature against the Saints, but had a pretty darn good day coming back from Alaska. 2 for 4 against the Sunrays in a huge win back at LA Valley College.
2-1, nobody out. Jaquez pitch, and this one's bunted foul up the third baseline. So it's 0-2. So now Jaquez will have to swing away. No, not at all. So Jackson Howell from right here in Morro Bay, went to Morro Bay High and also goes to junior college here, Cuesta College.
Again, a great place to stay the whole year.
Yeah, well, he's a lucky guy, right? And he gets laundry too from mom. Here comes the curveball, and that's called strike 3.
Yeah, just a tough at bat for Jaquez. Had to start out going bunt, and then a great pitch early on. Just something that he's going to want to forget and come back next time to improve on.
That'll bring up the top of the order, and Ethan Kearney, who started off the ball game bouncing out to second. So it's 1 out with 2 on. The Pirates, 2 runs on 3 hits. And a runner at second, waiting to come home. Howell into the stretch and fouls this one at the plate. And it's 0-1.
Yeah, I think Kearney was just rushing in the first inning against Howell. So hopefully now with more intel on the Blues starting pitcher, Kearney can take a more measured approach and has a chance at knocking in a run with Gordon on second.
So Kearney looking down at manager Scott Mitchell in the third base coaching box to see what play they're going to run against the Blues and Jackson Howell. Ryder Gordon at second base. Not a big lead, bounces down the line. Now this one's pulled up the first baseline, picked up by Tallerman, and that's like a bunt. 3 unassisted, but it's 2 down.
Yeah, not the worst outcome there for the Pirates, getting DJ Akiyama up with 2 runners in scoring position.
Certainly the guy you want up there, the shortstop out of the University of Hawaii.
Of course, Robbie Trado on second with 2 outs. DJ doesn't need a whole lot to get both guys in.
First pitch is a fastball, and that's up for ball 1. Howell has a record of 1-1, like we said, with an ERA of 2.57 in 14 innings. Has given up 9 runs, and 4 of them earned. Coming in, this is a fastball right down the middle. DJ Akiyama looks like he was taken all the way. So it's 1-1 to Akiyama. Howell, 10 strikeouts this season. Has given up 12 hits. This one's popped up, and it looks like it's going to get out of play over the Pirates dugout. So it's 1-2 now to DJ Akiyama, who, if you had to pick an MVP so far this season, he'd be at the top of everybody's list, I would think.
Definitely near there. Since he's gotten around, he's been great. Looked a little rough to start in his first couple games, but since then has really settled to be a key Pirate.
See if he's shaken off that hit by a pitch in the first inning, and that's an off-speed pitch, and that's outside 2-1. So DJ was hit by the first pitch on the knee, and then was wild pitched to second, and then was knocked in from second by Gabe Juarez, who's on deck. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, 3-2.
One of the unfortunate things about the Pirates' outcome yesterday is that they got hit by pitches 6 times, twice for Akiyama and Madrid Murray, and no win. You want to come out of a game where you get battered with the victory.
Here comes the 3-2, and that's outside, and the bases are loaded for Gabe Juarez. So Gordon comes down to third, Treto over to second, Akiyama to first, and as long as we're talking about the Juarez family, a special thanks to New Century Volkswagen in Glendale on the Brand Boulevard of Cars. Call 818-522-6263 as the pitching coach and the coach's son goes out to talk to Jackson Howell, or is that might be Dean Trainer, the manager. But yeah, I want to thank Alfredo Juarez and New Century Volkswagen in Glendale.
Yeah. You're talking about Volkswagens in the Central Coast. I feel like maybe Santa Barbara to San Luis Obispo is like the slug bug belt. You see a lot of the old vintage Volkswagens up here in this part of the country.
Oh, you'll see them all the way up into Oregon. And then all the old hippies from here in San Luis Obispo all the way up to Humboldt in Oregon.
Yeah. And they love their Volkswagens.
All they do is change the spark plugs, change the oil, and they keep going. But if you need a new one, where do you go?
New Century.
There you go. Gabe Juarez trying to put his bug in gear. Has a base hit, actually a double. Looks at strike one from Howell. A double down the left field line. And Blanchett in left field still playing off the line, as is Hicksonbaugh in right field. Bases loaded. Slider, and Juarez swung, says Jerry Howard, the first base umpire. Estabrook asked home plate umpire Mark Sharkey to check down at first, and so it's 0-2 now to Big Gabe Juarez, who has good bat control.
Thought he controlled it well there, too.
Pitch way outside, and a good stop by Estabrook, and it's 1-2.
This would be really demoralizing for Howell and the Blues if Juarez pulls one over on them again. It's a chance for the Pirates to come out for a huge early advantage.
Demoralize them, please. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Howell, and that's way up and outside, and it's 2-2.
It's basically going to show how long Howell can stay in if he can control himself in a tough at bat against a guy who's already bested him.
So Howell looking down at Estabrook for the sign with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Way outside again, and it's 3-2. So we'll see with 2 down. Well, the runners can get a head start, not too much of one with the bases loaded. But decent, very good lead over at first base for DJ Akiyama. And this one's hammered into left field again, the same spot. And that's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. And here comes DJ Akiyama. And a bases loaded double for Gabe Juarez. And it's 5-0 Pirates over the Blues.
What a great start for Ventura County and Gabe Juarez. Just a fantastic at-bat. Started out behind 0-2, but steeled himself, kept in it. That's why Juarez is the guy that head coach Scott Murray wants up in every big situation.
And Juarez is the hero so far, but it's still early on. 5-0 in favor of the Pirates. And that brings up Brandon Wynn, who's a tough out. So Gabe Juarez, every game, is just getting better. Inside, called strike 1 to Wynn, who is 0 for 1. Flew out to left field in the first inning. So Gabe, just sending that ball, pulling that ball down the left field line. This one's pulled to second base to Jeffries. Jeffries throws over to Talaman, and that'll be it for the Pirates in the top of the second inning. But 3-run score on Gabe Juarez's huge bases loaded triple, And so that's 3 runs on 2 hits, and 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd inning with the Pirates leading the Blues 5-0. And hey, hungry? Visit where the Pirates and Bucks eat. Subway sandwiches, 20929 Ventura Boulevard, west of DeSoto in Woodland Hills. While you do that, we'll be back on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Bottom of the 2nd inning we go with the Pirates up on top of the Blues, 5-0. And Miles Mason will see Zach Tallerman, Brendan Comerford, and Owen Esterbrook. Strike 1, that's another sweeper or slider on the outside corner. And Miles has really been effective with that pitch so far today. Here comes the 0-1. Follows up with a fastball that's outside. Covered up by Juarez. So the Pirates follow up their 2-run first with a 3-run inning. So they have 5 runs on 4 hits. And 43 pitches recorded by Jackson Howell, as this one just missed the outside corner, and is 2-1 to Tallerman in his first at bat against Mason Miles.
Tallerman was 0 for 4 yesterday against the Oaks, and hitting in a spot where the Blues really need something, just like emotionally.
So Mason Miles, the right-hander, 5'11", 190-pound freshman from Cypress College and Villa Park High School. Outside. And it's 3-2, pardon me. Meanwhile, Zach Tallerman's a senior at San Jose State from right here in San Luis Obispo and Berkeley High School. So if you had a chance to come home, any of the college Woodbat Summer Leagues, if you had a chance to come home and play here in this terrific ballpark with this terrific crowd, this one's sent into short left field. Going out for it is DJ Akiyama, who looks like his knee troubles are over, thank goodness, and pops it out. So that'll bring up the designated hitter, Brendan Comerford. Comerford, 5'10", 185-pounder from Pleasanton, California. Went to Foothill High School. Goes to Ohlone College, or Ohlone, or Ohlone. Fastball. Didn't hit the outside corner, just missed, and it's 1-0. Fastball again, and that misses, and it's 2-0.
Ohlone College is a community college in Fremont.
So that's up north, a little north of here. Next pitch, and that's bites the outside corner, and that was a slider. It's 2-1. So Mark Sharkey also likes the slider from Mason Miles.
It's not to like.
Comerford with a 211 average coming in with 12 hits and 57 at-bats and no home runs.
Sat out against the Oaks, but again, a chance to just get the Blues on the board. Anything's better than what's happening so far for the home
That's
team.
good news for the Pirates, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Next pitch, and that is outside, and it's 3-2 now to Comerford. Obviously, Comerford with a good eye and lots of patience up there, infield and outfield for the Pirates, straight away. 3-2 pitch, and that's reached for and sent high into right field, where Ethan Kearney waits for it to come down, and one hands it for the second out. That'll bring up Owen Estabrook, the catcher. Estabrook from Columbia University, an Ivy Leaguer from Santa Barbara and San Marcos High School, a sophomore, 6'1", 205-pounder. So well put together, which is what you want your catchers to be.
He's got Men at Work as his walk-up song, to my knowledge, not Australia.
But got that work ethic. First pitch is a ball to him from Mason Miles, who's working a little harder this inning. Only had 12 pitches in the first inning. Estabrook with a 200 average with 5 hits in 25 at-bats. And it's 2-0 now to Estabrook with Giovanni Blanchette on deck should Estabrook make base. Slider, and that bites off the corner, and it's 2-1.
Before this, 2 straight full counts for Miles that he got out of with pitches just harmlessly flown up into the sky. It's a good sign for the starter.
Here comes the 2-1, and that's fouled straight back, and that might have got us a souvenir had the net not been there.
I think it would have in this beautiful press box here at San Luis Obispo. I mean, just a great view.
Yeah, we did have a nice press box. The view was excellent in Alaska and Fairbanks, but a little bit weather worn. Here comes the 2-2, and that's sent into left field, and that's going to fall in front of Brandon Wynn, and that's the first hit of the day for the Blues and for Owen Estabrook. So he just touched it out there, and Wynn just couldn't come in to grab that one. It holds him to a single, and that'll bring up Giovanni Blanchette, the left fielder.
You suppose that Wynn could have dived out to try and make some crazy catch, but it wasn't necessary, especially the way Miles is pitching. Don't want to give the Blues any hope from unforced errors.
That's a fastball, and that had to be either inside or just a bit high, because it appeared to be a good pitch, but Sharkey calls it a ball, 1-0. So Giovanni Blanchette, as that fastball bites off the outside corner, 1-1. 5'11", 185-pounder from Fresno and Memorial High School, San Jose Memorial High School.
Went 1 for 4 against the Oaks yesterday.
Good enough for a 160 batting average coming in, and holds up his swing on that one, and that one had to be high because it was over the strike zone, over the plate, and it's 2-1. Blanchette with 4 hits and 25 at-bats, and does have a home run. Swing and a miss on a nice curveball from Mason Miles. 2-2 to Giovanni Blanchette, the left fielder. Man on first is Estabrook, being held on by Jose Mariano. Swing and a miss, and down goes Blanchette and the Blues. So the only thing that hurt was the hit on the blemish on Mason Miles' record, but nothing doing for the Blues as 4 batters come up, and they can't do anything with Mason Miles except for 1 hit by Estabrook and 1 runner left. So going into the bottom or top of the 3rd inning, the Pirates hold a 5-0 lead over the San Luis Obispo Blues. And want to tell you that you can support the Ventura County Pirates and Bucks. Buy the Bucks red or black fitted hats like what Alex is wearing, very handsome, or the Pirates' new CCL red and black hat like I'm not wearing now, for $35. You pair that with the new Ventura County Pirates t-shirts with our new logo on the back, men's crew cut women's V-neck shirts for $25, kids for $20. Available at every home game. Just stop by the press box. You're watching Ventura County Baseball on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Top of the third inning, and it will be Robert Pitts Jr., Jose Mariano, and Ryder Gordon. Well, that's a tough three in the bottom half of the order. For Jackson Howell out for his third inning of work, and Dean Traynor really wanting to get 3 innings out of Jack Howell here, or Jackson Howell. First pitch is up and in to Robert Pitts for a ball, who had a single to right field. Then the ball was bobbled and he made second base and then stole base and was stranded at third. Stole third base, I should say. Now swings and misses on the changeup, and it's 1-1. But how about Mason Miles? Over 2 innings, has only given up 1 hit, struck out 2 in 32 pitches. Pitts looks at strike 2. So umpire Mark Sharkey likes that slider on the outside corner from both pitchers.
Yep, and that's consistency. You can see maybe inside a little tougher against righties.
This one's pulled foul past the Pirates dugout on the third base side here at Simsheimer Stadium, and it remains 1-2.
And for all the things Pitts does right, has a bit of a tendency to get down early and count some strikeouts for the future Riverside Highlander. But he can battle, and that's what he's going to have to do now.
This one is lined into the glove of Zach Tallerman. So Tallerman, 6'5", he had to use every inch of that to snag it on the line. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Jose Mariano.
And needless to say, the difference between having Robert Pitts on first with none out and having 1 out and Jose Mariano up is massive for the Blues. So unfortunately for the Pirates, don't have their spark plug on first.
So that's a huge out for Howell. Big sigh of relief as this one sent high in the air to right field to Jake Hicksonbaugh. And Hicksonbaugh makes the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Jose Mariano, who went 7 pitches first time around with the same result, a fly out to center field. And this will bring up Ryder Gordon, who led off the second inning with a single, a ground single up the middle, and then came around to score on the big 3-run double by Gabe Juarez. So let's see if Gordon can start a 2-out something.
And then that fly out for Mariano, a low effort out after a great robbery of Pitts.
And this pitch, the first pitch to Gordon, is up and away for 1-0.
Gordon, at minimum, needs to make it his mission to be at least a bother to Howell, whether he can get on base or not.
Pitch is fouled back, and it's 1-1. So Ryder Gordon 5'11", 180-pound sophomore from Claremont McKenna. Next pitch, and that's outside, so 2-1. And talk about people making a long trip. Ryder's mom and dad and granddad made the trip up to see every game against the Gold Panthers. This one's hit high to center field, and settling under it is Ethan Royal. And the Pirates let Jackson Howell off the hook, go 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning with the Pirates leading the Blues 5-0. And you're watching Ventura County Pirates baseball on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Mason Miles stepping back up on the mound for the Pirates, and probably his last inning of work, as there's a pitcher getting arms warmed up down to the Pirates bullpen to our left. It'll be Jake Hicksonbaugh, Sam Ardois, the shortstop, and then the top of the order, Ethan Royal. And this one's grounded, pulled into right field for a leadoff base hit. So first pitch against Mason Miles, and that's sent into right field, and that'll bring up Sam Ardois. So for Hicksonbaugh, he came in with just a 0.91 average, and that might have put himself over the 100 mark. That's even lower than the Mendoza mark.
And Ardoin and Hicksonbaugh, these guys up at the end of the order, don't have the stink on them from the last Blues result. And excuse me, that was 2 days ago on Wednesday against the Oaks.
So Mason Miles, his second base runner, second hit given up. Sam Ardois, and this one's popped up on the infield. Back for it goes DJ Akiyama, now in short left field, and puts it away. So one down, and the double play is in play now for the Blues, and for the Pirates, I should say. Ardois from Louisiana Lafayette.
That's a great result for Mason Miles. Right out the gate, allowed his second hit of the game, but then snatched it out almost as quick as the first base runner got on.
And only 2 pitches. So being economic here in the bottom of the third, Ethan Royal, and throw over to Mariano, up high, chases Hicksonbaugh back. Hicksonbaugh, with 3 stolen bases on the year, has a base stealer's lead right now, not quite at the cut of the grass. And this one is a strike, looked like a changeup. So now it's 0-2 to Ethan Royal. Ryder Gordon pinching at second base, as is DJ Akiyama for the double play. Jaquez even with the bag, and that pickoff move was a little bit more serious by Mason Miles, although it was a little late.
That was a good one. Cameron Lee had a lot of great ones yesterday. I was shocked he didn't get anybody out against the Saints. And the strategy is to punish those runners.
This could be two on second for one. On the first, not in time, as getting up the line in a hurry is Ethan Royal. But cut off at second base is Jake Hicksomoff, 4-6. And that was a little bit of a dipsy-do play by Ryder Gordon. It was a slow roller to begin with. So a good play by Gordon just to get it to Akiyama.
Yeah, another tough one for Ryder Gordon, and of all the arms that the Pirates have, Akiyama is one that could complete the double play, had a good throw, just not fast enough.
The leadoff guy there, Ethan Royal, showed you why he's a leadoff guy. He's getting down the line in a hurry. So Ethan Royal from Utah Tech University and right here in Arroyo Grande. That'll bring up Braden Jeffries, who is 0 for 1. This one's lined into right field for a base hit. Coming up with it is Kearney, who throws to third. Oh, gets cut off by Akiyama, and they get the runner at first picked off. Look out, coming home. Oh! Ryder Gordon could not make the tag, or actually did make the tag, but it was knocked out of his hands, his glove, by Braden Jeffries, and coming around to score was Ethan Royal. So, no RBI on that, but it does break the goose egg on the scoreboard for the Blues, as it's 5-1, Pirates leading the Blues. But again, the throw came in from right field, Kearney, and it was a good throw, strong throw to third base. It would have been close, but it was cut off by, I believe, Gordon, who threw the ball back to first and then back to Gordon, and the ball was knocked out. So it's called an error. So a base hit and an error.
And that was a sneaky play, huge for the Blues, and Pirates should have been done with this thing.
Yep. So here comes the pitch, and is 1-1 now to Borba, who struck out to end the first inning for the Blues.
And I'm shocked that Gordon, of all people, couldn't apply that tag successfully.
Yeah, but probably a good sleight of hand by Ethan Royal to knock it out. And now Gordon with the pickoff catch from Miles, and back in time is Braden Jeffries. It was Braden Jeffries who was the recipient of good fortune from the error. This one is pulled and on the left side, and Jaquez makes the throw. The throw is caught. Mariano can't hang on to it, and another error. And that scores the run from third base, or second base, I should say, and Brandon Jeffries, and it's 5-2 Pirates over the Blues.
I'd say a little too ambitious from Evan Jaquez there. That was a tough play that he shouldn't have tried to make.
Well, he maybe should have just put it in his pocket and kept the runners at the corners. But at any rate, another error, the second error of the inning by Jaquez, as Jose Mariano did a good enough job to hang on to the ball, but it was knocked out when the runner Borba came by to knock it out again. So here comes Zach Talaman, who's 0 for 1, and a strike on the inside corner. A good pitch by Mason Miles, who doesn't seem to be rattled because he still has a 3-run lead, 5-2. 5 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Pirates. 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Blues.
And Miles shouldn't be rattled. He's done what he is supposed to do to maybe not quite get out of this inning, but hasn't really, those runs are not his fault. He's been pitching just fine.
This is a change-up or a slider. And a good stop by Gabe Juarez on that one. Slid over to make a good stop to his right. And it's 3-1. Three and 1 to Talaman from San Jose State. Talaman with a .276 average coming into tonight's game. Runner at first, not a big lead, and a slider is outside. So Miles with his first walk of the day against 2 strikeouts, and that'll bring up Brendan Comerford.
Yeah, Nick Cardinal, the pitching coach for the Pirates, is going to check in on Miles, which makes sense. That was one of the worst matchups that Miles has had, but again, you could argue he shouldn't even be out there to this point, at least not with allowing 2 runs. Of course, neither of them earned.
And so it was a lot of throws that allowed Ethan Royal and Brandon Jeffries to come around and score. I have a couple of errors, but the scoreboard only has 1 for the Pirates in this inning. How do you see it?
The way that the Pirates have been handling leads, you can't really give up anything like that. And it's been kind of the story against the Saints. It was roughly the game. Yeah, in Alaska, there were definitely some wins that should have been secured that weren't.
And against a team as loaded as this one always is, the San Luis Obispo Blues, you can't afford to make too many mistakes.
Nope.
So runners at first and second with 2 outs. And this pitch to Comerford is low for a ball. With 2 down. Miles with ice in his veins, and this one's fouled back on a good pitch on the outside part of the plate, and it's 1-1.
It's a big passage of the game, especially for Miles, to keep it manageable for the Pirates. Don't want to start to feel it slip away.
And nobody warming up in the Pirates bullpen. Breeze blowing from first base to third base. This one's grounded up the middle, up the mound, and that is going to score a run. Pitts actually throws the ball. Here comes the throw, and just missed in time. The ball gets away from Juarez, and everybody advances on that. And it's 5-3 all of a sudden, and the Blues are back in the ball game.
Yeah, that one was hot off the mound, tough to manage, but then the throw to home not cut off. There was a chance of it, but it allows everybody to move on into a dangerous spot.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Owen Esterbrook, who got the first hit of the day off of Miles in the second inning. Fastball, and that's inside and a little bit high to Esterbrook for ball 1. Esterbrook singled to left field.
He was one of the guys who was doing well against Miles when he was still pitching at his best for today. Not the guy they want to see out now.
Well, second time around, and the Blues are a good team that figured him out. So 2-0 now to Esterbrook, who came in just a .200 hitter. Slider, and that's outside. 3-0 now to Esterbrook.
I guess not as generous on that outside corner as maybe in the first 2 innings. Some of these have been close.
So Mark Sharkey getting a little tighter on his balls and strikes. Here comes the 3-0 with 2 down. Foul tipped into the glove of Gabe Juarez, and it's 3-1. So Estabrook had the green light at 3-0. Tying run out at second base in Comerford. And here comes the 3-1 from Miles to Estabrook, and that's swung on and missed on a breaking ball, and that's 3-2.
And this is a show me what you're made of situation for Mason Miles.
And I'm sure this is what he relishes.
Reminds me of his last out in his appearance in Alaska. Can he repeat history?
3-2, 2 down, 2 on. Fastball, and that's tapped to second base. Gordon to Mariano, and that'll do it. 4-3 on the putout. But the damage has been done as the Blues get 3 runs on 3 hits, and they leave a couple. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning, and Alex Rameau with the Pirates leading the Blues 5-3 on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Sinsheimer Field in San Luis Obispo, California. Your Pirates lead the San Luis Obispo Blues 5-3 as we begin the 4th inning of action. Do it for the Pirates. It's Sean Mann in for Robbie Trado, then Evan Jaquez and Ethan Kearney, the top of the order. Coming up potentially here in the top of the 4th. Man first up for VC. Man hasn't played since the return from Alaska. Pitched and hit up in Fairbanks. First pitch to Man is high. One-0 pitch from Howell is hit weakly over to first. Fielded, a short flip is dropped. The transfer there just didn't happen.
Well, we'll see if the officials score up. They gave them an error.
Yeah, I agree with it.
They'll have to give that to the pitcher who did not handle it. Well, I don't know. Is it on the pitcher or?
I would say it's on Howell, the pitcher.
Okay, I agree.
Because it was just a simple.
I just don't want to get blamed for it.
Yeah, it's just a simple flip, not completed by the pitcher there, Howell. So now Evan Hawk is up with 1 on, none out. First pitch to Evan is way inside. Could feel the breeze off of that one.
Well, Jackson Howell can probably thank his offense for getting 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd for him to be back out there. Although I didn't see anybody really throwing out there.
1-0 pitch is outside. talk is there's some movement in the Blues bullpen, but nobody throwing at the moment. I think the same thing can be said for the Pirates. Nobody throwing, but like resistance band training and stuff like that, people staying active.
Yeah. Maybe Miles will come
Third
back.
pitch to Hawkins as the runner goes. Throw to second. Base is high, and the tag's not applied in time. Sean Mann swipes second.
And the pitch was a strike. So Mr. Mann loves playing in San Luis Obispo.
One of the Pirates tenured long enough to be here last summer when the Pirates visited the Central Coast.
And boy, did he have a night.
2-2 for Hawkins is driven high into deep left field. Bit shallow, caught in left for out number 1. Blachette under it.
So it'd be nice to get at least one back.
And you can see the American flag in deep center field draped over. No wind helping that one at all. So it landed right in front of Giovanni Blanchette. Here's Ethan Kearney. He's 0 for 2 today. Just hasn't hit the ball all that hard. Couple ground outs for Kearney. Here comes Howell. That one's low, kind of lost, but found eventually by Estabrook, so Mann stays on second. Mann, of course, willing to run on mistakes by Estabrook. That one corrected in due time, though.
So Sean Mann at 6'5", probably one of the biggest leadoff hitters in baseball. Sure is acting like it anyway.
1-0 pitch far inside. Estabrook lost it. Actually a hit by pitch. So Mann goes back to second, and Kearney is in at first.
That's the second batter hit by Jackson Howell today, as he hit DJ Akiyama back in the first.
Akiyama has already reached twice, but there was no need to bring his bat so far. Got hit and then walked, scored both times. Looks like he's not hobbling as much as he was earlier now. Has 2 on with 1 out. Howell to DJ, and that's outside.
The 54 pitches coming in for Jack Howell, and now in the 4th inning, and no sign of anybody in the bullpen for the Blues.
1-0 pitch is low and away. Sean Mann dancing around at second. Adwan going back in to the bag from short.
Well, there's the value of Sean Mann. He's a very smart player, very active player as well.
Here's another from Howell. Just outside. Bit high, too. The outside corner to a lefty hitter now, tightening up from home plate umpire Mark Sharkey. Howell goes again. That one finally finds the zone.
I think DJ was taken all the way at 3-0.
We'll see in that last pitch be given as a ball. Makes sense that DJ would think he could get number 4. Turns around, does Howell to look at Mann. Mann causing some paranoia. He is 180 feet away. 3-1 pitch is just a bit high. So for the 3rd time today, DJ Akiyama gets on without swinging.
2 walks. So word travels fast in the CCL. Don't pitch it down the middle to DJ Akiyama or you're going to get hurt.
And
So
here's a guy who the scouting report has been written right in front of the Blues' faces, Gabe Juarez.
Yeah, nobody really knows anything about Big Gabe, but they're finding out in a hurry.
Yeah, they know now. 4 runs batted in for number 33 on a pair of balls smoked to the left field corner. So while
bases loaded again.
Yeah, bases loaded again. So while Miles had a tough situation in the bottom of the third, looks like the Blues might elect for a pitching change.
Well, they're just now getting somebody up in the bullpen. This is the first. Oh, no, you're right.
Yep.
They're going for somebody right now. They're not wasting any time. And Scott Murray whistles. That gets DJ Akiyama from first base. Everybody's going to have a powwow in pirate red in front of their dugout.
Yeah, I don't think the Blues players knew that Coach Trainer would pull the trigger on the swap, so they met first informally, and then Coach rushed out of the dugout. While we're waiting on this pitching change, remember, you can become a Ventura County Pirate or Buck host family. Call GM George Renault at 805-501-0470 for more details on that. Just a couple weeks left in the season. It's basically like having a Airbnb tenant who's very good at baseball.
Marco Cipolla coming on the mound now for the San Luis Obispo Blues. Marco, a sophomore, just transferred to San Diego State today. 6'4", 250.
Cipolla, I was told by the Blues broadcasting team, at least of Finnish heritage. We're talking about some of the interesting names in this Blues lineup, of which there are many. And Cipolla coming from the Baltic region of the European continent.
So Marco from Independence, Minnesota, found his way to San Diego State, so he's now an Aztec.
Congratulations to Cipolla.
So maybe Dean Trainer said, wait a minute, isn't that big kid up there, isn't he the one with two doubles to left?
Yeah.
4 RBI? Okay, timeout. Let's get a new pitcher in.
The leash was probably getting short on Howell anyway, but in that exact situation where Juarez wiped the bases clean, yeah, I think I'd pull the starter too. One of the areas of solace for the Blues, they don't have to worry about Sean Mann as a lead runner now that he's on third. So Cipolla, despite all the action around him, can make it into a one-on-one with Juarez.
Well, you got actually three speedsters out there.
First pitch from Cipolla is swung on and missed. Juarez looks to jump all over the Blues reliever. 0-1 to Gabe, another swinging strike.
So Cipolla's fastball must be just too tasty to lay off.
See what happens now. Juarez also started 0-2 last time he hit that double. Here's the pitch. It's outside, managed by the catcher Estabrook.
That was a good backhanded stop by Owen Estabrook, or Sean Mann would have easily scored from third base.
Here's 1-2, hit backwards foul.
So Juarez, 3 swings now on Cipolla, trying to dial him in.
Huge spot for Juarez and the Pirates, up 2, bases loaded, 1-2 count, 1 out in the top 4th. Pitch is swung on and missed. Juarez goes down on strikes. 2 gone in the 4th.
So a big strikeout for Marco Cipolla coming in. And let's see what he can do with Brandon Wynn, a left-handed power hitter, who is 0 for 2.
And for Wynn, no need to get too aggressive. Of course, a walk could really expand the Pirates' lead. 1-0 start for the lefty.
Cipolla has a 2-1 record.
That pitch, given as a strike, it was far inside to the point where Wynn had to back away, maybe just crowding the plate a little bit too much for Mark Sharkey's liking. Here's 1-1, up high and away.
So Cipolla with a 2-1 record and a 3.52 ERA. Has 18 strikeouts and 4 walks, so there's one of the reasons why he's off to San Diego State. And
Another for Wynn is hit up the middle. It lands in left field. 1 run scores. Here comes another, and it's in there. Poor throw, sneaking over to first, but it doesn't move anybody. Runners on the corners, and it's 7-3. Pirates over Blues, 2 down in the top of the 4th inning.
well, what a huge hit for Brandon Wynn and the Pirates, coming up money after 0-2, and just had a feeling that Cipolla might relax against the guy that's 0-2, but you can't relax with Brandon Wynn at the plate. And he gets a 2-run single, and they get 2 of the 3 runs back that they gave up. How huge is that?
Absolutely massive after the strange 3-run inning from the Blues. Swung on and missed is the first pitch to Robert Pitts.
And Scott Murray not being greedy, held DJ Akiyama at third base as the throw did get away.
Akiyama maybe a bit hobbled from those hit-by pitches. 0-1 is in there to double Cipolla's lead.
So that was a good fastball by Cipolla. Right down the middle to Robert Pitts.
And he was robbed last time by Tullerman on the lineout. Third pitch to Pitts as the runner goes. It's fouled backwards. Wynn just running on contact.
So Brandon Wynn is just a good all-around player. You saw the speed there as he took off on probably just a stolen base attempt, trying to get into scoring position with 2 down.
0-2 again. It's hit up the middle. Cipolla has it. Easy throw to first for out number 3. But the Pirates get 2 across, double their lead from 2 to 4. 7-3. Ventura County over San Luis Obispo in the middle of the 4th inning. You're watching Ventura County Pirates baseball on the VC Pirates YouTube channel. We'll be right back in a second for the bottom of the 4th inning. We're back with you on the Central Coast, bottom of the 4th inning, between your Pirates and the Blues. A 7-3 advantage for VC after a 2-run road half of this very inning. Mason Miles still on the hill for the Pirates. First pitch is inside. Start out the bottom of the fourth. First up is Giovanni Blanchette. Had a good catch earlier on here. 1-0 pitch is hammered high but foul, going over the VC Pirates dugout.
Just a long strike. I'm glad I don't have a window out there. But the line on Jackson Howell, 3 1/3 innings, 7 runs on 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, a wild pitch, 2 hit batsmen, and 66 pitches.
Great slider. Locks up Blanchette for a 1-2 count. Again, Giovanni Blanchette in the second struck out against Miles. Here's another pitch. Swung on and missed. Maybe got a little piece of it, yep. And Blanchette stays alive by the skin of his teeth. That looked like a K for Miles. 1-2 again. Just outside and a bit low.
Gabe holding that pitch there for Mark Sharkey as if you called it before. Not this time.
Outside corner to righties going away for all pitchers here at Sinsheimer. That one in there for strike 3. The slider gets Blanchette looking again for out number 1 of the bottom 4th.
But what about Mason Miles? Says, okay, you've taken away the outside corner from me. How about this on the inside corner? Thank you.
Beautiful sliders to get that first out. Now switching sides of the plate to Jake Hicksonbaugh. He singled last inning in his first plate appearance. First one to Hicksonbaugh is far outside.
Yeah, he was the second hit of the game for the Blues and didn't quite ignite. That probably woke up the Blues bats.
1-0 pitch also misses. He was flipped out by Ryder Gordon. 4-6 down at second base. Then after that, the Blues picked up on offense and scored 3 runs. Now 2-0 pitch. I guess just a bit low. That was one maybe that Juarez could have sold a little better sticking it, but maybe didn't track it too well and it ended up in a spot he wasn't comfortable with. This 3-0 does get the inside corner for the first strike of this matchup.
And Hicksonbaugh taken all the way on that one.
He brings so much confidence up to the plate despite his young age.
3-1 from Miles, swung on and missed. Everything's full up here after Miles fell behind 3-0.
That was a nice fastball, too. Sneaky fast. Didn't get to see a whole lot of the fastball.
Swung on and missed again on the 4th full count for Mason Miles. He's gotten the out every time.
How about this? 2 strikeouts in a row for Mace.
So Sam Ardwan up at the bottom of the order. The Cajun shortstop. He popped out to short. First pitch to him is hit high into right field. Looks easy for Kearney. And it's caught for out number 3. Some great work from Mason Miles getting back in control of this one, preserving a 4-run Pirate lead. It's 7-3 Ventura County over San Luis Obispo here on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. And a quick special thanks to New Century Volkswagen in Glendale on the Brand Boulevard of Cars. Call 818-522-6263 if you're interested in a new German automobile. We'll be back in just a minute for the 5th inning. Welcome back to Sinsheimer Field in San Luis Obispo, California. Pirates and Blues in a CCL cross-divisional matchup between the North and South. Jose Mariano leading it off for the road team up against Marco Cipolla, the relief pitcher for the Blues. First pitch to Mariano is a strike, left by number 24. Mariano, 2 flyouts in his first 2 plate appearances today. Hasn't turned it on yet. Now gets 0-1 and whiffs at that one.
It took Marco Cipolla, came in with 1 out and the bases loaded. 13 pitches to get out of that top of the 4th inning.
Here comes another from Cipolla. It's up high. Pirates with a 4-run lead, thanks to Miles pitching another clean inning. Now another pitch to Mariano is waved at. Strike 3. Drop strikeout with a late tag on Mariano. He knew he didn't have a chance.
And that's 2 strikeouts for Cipolla.
Other than the single to win, Cipolla's been pretty solid early on here. Now faces Ryder Gordon. Gordon 1 for 2, flew out to center in the 3rd his last time up. First pitch to Gordon is swung on and missed.
Now there's a nice crowd here tonight. As the sun sets, the sun is right in the eyes of the shortstop and the left fielder.
Beautiful night. Gordon gets ball 1 there. I mean, if I wasn't working at a baseball game, I'd probably be watching one.
Sure.
Especially if I had a park like this just right near me. Now 1-1 to Gordon is lined foul.
Well, you have 2 terrific colleges in town, Cuesta College along with Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, so lots of opportunities for the local guys to get their broadcast work in over the summer. And other baseball management internships, I would imagine.
Yeah, I've got a big friendly staff here at San Luis Obispo. And they're part of the reason that the wholesome feel is kept up here at Sinsheimer Stadium. Another 1-2 pitch is hit opposite way into right, but it's caught on the fly for the 2nd out. Hixenbaugh parked under it. So here's Sean Mann with none on and 2 out. Last time he was the beneficiary of some poor fielding by Jackson Howell. Couldn't receive a toss from the first baseman, Tollerman. Mann swings and misses at the first pitch.
Sean, the rally starter, back in the 4th inning, really running it out, a ground ball back to the first baseman, and wreaking havoc at first base to start off that error. And scored on the 2-run hit by Brandon Wynn.
Just showing why effort is one of the most important things in this game. 1-1 pitch is waved at by Mann.
He was way out in front of that changeup. That was a beauty by Cipolla.
Mann knows he can kill the ball, but might need a little restraint here. Down 1-2. Here's the pitch, just outside. Spit on by Sean Mann.
Getting that nice cool breeze coming off of the Central Coast now.
2-2 is swung on and missed. Foul tip. K for Sean Mann. So that's a clean inning for the Blues defense, but the Pirates still hold a 7-3 advantage here in the middle of the 5th inning in San Luis Obispo. Before we go, make sure to follow the Ventura County Pirates on social media. Go to V County Pirates for team news and leave your comments. That's V County Pirates on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We've got our social intern, Katana, doing great work on her phone down on the field. We'll be back in just a second for the bottom of the fifth with a pitching change for the Pirates. Welcome back to this CCL broadcast of the Ventura County Pirates and San Luis Obispo Blues. We're at the halfway point here at Sinsheimer Park. You can see the slow fans doing the YMCA and the crowd having a grand old time. A new pitcher on for your Pirates. It's Joseph Perez following 4 innings from Mason Miles. Ethan Royal, the leadoff hitter, is Perez's first opponent. First pitch from Perez is low. Number 16 last pitched in a losing effort on day 1 of the Alaska trip. Now back, slinging it in California. 1-0 pitch is a strike. Royal got on a fielder's choice and eventually scored in the third. That was on the attempted double play by Ryder Gordon. 1-1 is outside.
Well, one emotional pitcher followed by another one. And a less serious emotional pitcher, Joseph Perez. But Mason Miles, what a job he did. 4 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, a walk, and 66 pitches. Mason Miles.
And Miles was hitting his spots with his slider. Perez just did the same. Got the second strike looking on Royal. Perez takes a pause, tosses to Royal, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Joseph Perez starts out positive.
Not afraid to challenge these hitters. And it's the top of the order, too.
And Perez, the thing I've noticed about him, he's been great early on in his starts. He's kind of tailed off when you get to a 3rd or 4th inning. But when he has his stuff going early on, he's tough to beat. Braden Jeffries, though, is going to try, but he starts out down 0-1.
Nice pitch by Perez, that fastball that tails away from the left-handers.
0-1 from Perez outside, but Juarez compliments the pitch.
I love the movement on Perez's fastball.
Another 2, Jeffries is outside on the borderline there.
So fun to pay attention to as the season moves along because of the really low lead in batting average. In the beginning of the season, that trickled off quickly.
Perez goes through the signs, deals 2-1, and it's swung on and missed. Little piece of it on the foul tip, but the count is even. Deuces wild to Braden Jeffries.
Well, the Pirates over the past 3 games have proven they can score the runs.
There's another pitch from Perez is lined foul. Yeah, 19 runs in the last 2 games, so 26 since getting back from Alaska. That was not the case early on this season. Some slow offense, but now it's picking up for VC. Only 1 win from it so far. 2-2 again, just misses high and outside. Perez gets a lot of guys looking, almost got Jeffries that time. Payoff pitch is hit high foul into the stands.
And also making the trip up with us, the long trip, was Katana Stewart, our social media empress, and Crash Collier, probably keeping an official score.
That one lined high into left field and caught. So Perez gets out of the full count with the fly ball to win.
And Wynn sporting the sunglasses, as is Robert Pitts Jr. out in center field.
The sun just peeking into the outfield. Really not much in the infield as we approach 8 o'clock in San Luis Obispo.
Ethan Kearney standing in the sun as well, but not really affecting his sight line.
Here's Casey Borba, last time singled and scored. Perez to Borba, and that's a swinging strike to start things off. Borba struck out once against Miles in the first. Now facing Perez for the first time. 0-1 pitch, outside, and low to Juarez, receiving at the catcher spot.
7 runs on 5 hits. Bruce had 3.
This is one of the longer road trips that the Pirates can have. This 1-1 is outside. I think it's the longest, depending on traffic to Irvine.
Oh, this is definitely the longest. Maybe time-wise.
Yeah, I'd say time-wise could be Irvine, but this is a big distance as 2-1 is skipped off the dirt. But it's a pleasant drive. I drove up this morning from Ventura County, just beautiful. I knew about the way to Santa Barbara, we've done that a couple times, but keeps going through the mountains and it's scenic to say the least.
For you staying in Oxnard, it might be a little longer to go to Irvine.
3-1 is swung on and missed. Yeah, that might be part of it, that I have to cut all the way through LA to get to Irvine. But a lot of one-lane roads up here on the way to slow, not too much traffic, although there was some in the mountains. Now
That
full
was
count
for construction.
and a payoff pitch swung on and missed. Joseph Perez gets through his first inning clean. 7-3. The Pirates lead after 5 at Shinsheimer. You're watching Ventura County Pirates baseball on the VC Pirates YouTube channel, brought to you in part by Subway at 20929 Ventura Boulevard, west of DeSoto in Woodland Hills, California. Thanks for the support from Subway. Go eat where the Pirates eat. We'll be back in just a minute with the 6th inning from San Luis Obispo. Welcome back to Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo, California. Your Pirates lead the Blues 7-3 as we begin the sixth. Just cleaned up from the tennis ball toss here at Sinsheimer Park. All the fans throwing out, trying to hit the target, the little bucket of tennis balls to get a prize.
Get a gift card.
Get a gift card. Somebody made some money.
I don't know who had more fun, the people throwing the balls at the 5-gallon bucket or the players picking up the balls and playing with the kids.
I'll give you one guess, Lou.
The person who won the gift card.
Yes, that is the real answer. So now, extracurricular fun taken care of, and Evan Jaquez up for the third time. He's 0 for 2, facing Marco Cipla. First pitch is above Jaquez's head. Cipla so far has retired 5 of 6. Now throws 1-0. It's lined into left center field, and it's caught by Blanchette.
And that's not an easy sky to look up into, and it wasn't very high over the horizon either. And we're in kind of a valley or a little bit of a bowl here. Just to our south is where the central coast is, where the coast is. Just over the hill.
Hard hit ball for Jaquez, but Blanchette was well positioned to get out number 1. Now here's the top of the order, Ethan Kearney. First pitch to him is floated in for strike 1 by Cipla. Last time Kearney reached on hit by pitch, scored the 6th run of the game for VC. 0-1 is fouled back into the stands. Cipla out to a big lead. Deals 0-2, strike 3 swinging. Kearney goes down unceremoniously, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Pirates still lead by 4.
So Cipla gave up the 2-run double, or single I should say, to Brandon Wynn, but those runs were charged to Howell. And ever since then, he hasn't allowed much at all, anything.
Cipla's been dealing. First pitch to DJ Akiyama is whiffed at. It's reminding me of Matt Novus's released appearance in Alaska, where he just held the fort. Hopefully for the Pirates, this is not a similar occurrence. 0-1 is lined into right and gets down in the corner. Akiyama at first, running in a second after the ball's bobbled. Throw to second base. He got him.
Oh.
Akiyama tries to take 1 into 2, but he is out in the middle of the ballpark. That'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. Nobody scores for the Pirates. Still 7-3, Ventura County over San Luis Obispo. You're watching Ventura County Pirates baseball on the VC Pirates YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a minute with the bottom of the 6th and the Blues with the bats. We're back with the Pirates and Blues here in San Luis Obispo. Your Pirates lead 7-3 as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Zach Tallerman first up to face Joseph Perez, who had a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th with 2 strikeouts. Tallerman last time up walked and made it to third. He could have been the 4th run that would have really changed the game, but he wasn't advanced. First pitch to him is low and outside. One nothing pitch from Perez is high and inside. 2-0 on 2 pitches in exact opposite locations. Perez goes again and finally finds the zone. Tallerman 0 for 1 on the day as 2-1 is lined to short and caught by Akiyama in the air. A line out to DJ for out number 1 of the bottom 6th.
It was perfectly placed there at shortstop. Didn't have to move up and probably didn't even have to jump, but he did just a little bunny hop just to make it look good. But Tallerman, who is now 0 for 2 with a walk, sure made a difference on defense, though.
Using his tall frame as there's a strike to start out against Comerford. Probably feels unlucky to not have anybody on board ahead of him. Comerford singled last time against Miles. 0-1 is left outside. Comerford flew out opposite way in the 2nd and had that single. Didn't score. He was sitting behind Tallerman as that one is swung on and missed.
A nice breaking ball there by Perez. So you have the taller Perez and then Mason Miles, both with good sweepers, sliders, and off-speed pitches, and then sneak of that fastball around.
Last pitch to Comerford, shot foul. Perez taking control. 1 out, none on for the Blues DH. 1-2 pitch is hit high but foul yet again. All the kids here at Sinsheimer running for that foul ball. A couple souvenirs from Comerford. 1-2 yet again is outside.
That's what it's all about. Part of the game of baseball. Lots of families here, and it's just lots of people that have been in the area for many years here as well.
Got to bring your gloves to the game. 2-2 now is swung on and missed. 3 strikeouts for Joseph Perez, and he's only faced 5 batters.
Well, here's another kid on the Pirates who just gets better with every outing.
But earlier in the season even, we've seen him play well in his first couple innings. He's just got to extend it. Not a whole lot of pitchers available for the Pirates today, so Perez will have to go deep into this one. That one maybe tapped foul, but either way a strike to Owen Esterbrook, the catcher. He's 1 for 2, has a single back in the 2nd inning. Hasn't faced Perez yet, of course. Here's 0-1, left outside.
Well, Mason Miles surpassed Scott Murray's pretty much his line of demarcations, either 3 innings or 50 pitches.
That one half swung at.
It was
See if he
striking.
went. Yep, he did.
Mason went 4 innings and threw 66 pitches.
He was fantastic. Perez reloads 1-2, just downstairs.
Kind of like Dylan Nolan Cook up in Alaska. Just keep the kid going. And then he went actually went 50 pitches because he was so effective after that first inning.
Another from Perez, barely misses. Great take by Estabrook to fill up the count.
Yeah, Estabrook has been very patient today. Coached a 3-2 count in the third inning and a 2-2 count in the second. A wily catcher.
Payoff coming from Perez. Here it is, and it's outside. A walk for Owen Estabrook, and the perfect streak for Perez is over.
Well, Estabrook waited Perez out on that one. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Giovanni Blanchette. A left-handed hitter.
That's Jariah Lewis, the sophomore from San Jose State. Number 35, the lefty. First pitch is just outside and high to Lewis.
He's got a great last name.
It's okay. No Alexanders on the Blues roster, to my knowledge. 1-0 pitch from Perez is hit high and foul coming towards the press box. I think it went over us.
I think I heard it hit on top. And a nice pickoff.
Over to first by Perez. A lot of these Pirates pitchers, they look pretty slick with their pickoff throws. Haven't benefited from it in a few games. 1-1 pitch is lost to Juarez. So then runner moves to second base, and it's 2-1. Estabrook gets there easily. It's a wild pitch there.
You gonna call that a wild pitch?
I'd say so. It's pretty tough to handle.
Juarez tried to backhand it. That slider that was low and away.
Here comes Perez, swinging strike two. So Jariah Lewis with a runner on in scoring position, 2 outs. 2-2 pitch is hit foul on the ground towards first.
Lewis with a 197 average has 13 hits in his 66 at-bats, 5 RBIs, no home runs.
Watching those pitches come off and being ready to run to the next base, no matter how fast or slow you may be, and it's really
Perez just got to focus on Lewis with 2 gone. Here's the pitch,
Ooh.
just outside.
That was a nice pitch by Joseph Perez, but Lewis not going fishing.
Twice now, Perez have had great 2-strike pitches that just missed. So the count is full again, second time in a row. There's 3-2. It's hit high into the outfield. Kearney under it. Makes the catch for out number 3. Pirates lead 7-3 through 6th. Another empty inning for the San Luis Obispo Blues. You're watching Ventura County Pirates baseball on the VC Pirates YouTube channel. And make sure to support the Ventura County Pirates and Bucks by buying some gear. You can buy the Bucks red or black fitted hats for $30. You can buy the Pirates new CCL red and black hat for $35. Pair that with the new Ventura County Pirates t-shirts with our new logo on the back. We got a men's crew cut style and women's V-neck style for $25 each, and a kids version for $20. Those are available at every home game. Just stop by the press box, say hi, pick up some gear. We'll see you in just a minute for the 7th inning between the Pirates and Blues. We're back with more Pirates baseball. Alex Ramol and Lou Stowers reporting live from the Central Coast. Your Pirates lead the Blues 7-3. We begin inning number 7. Gabe Juarez up first against a new San Luis Obispo pitcher. It's Noah Ferguson of Oregon State. This season he's appeared in 7 innings, has a 5.14 ERA. Juarez, of course, with 4 runs batted in today, more than the total for his opponents. Ferguson to Juarez, there's strike 1.
Arrival for Noah Ferguson for the Blues this summer. He's seen 6 games for San Luis Obispo this season, 11 strikeouts on his career.
0-1 pitch to Juarez, also in the strike zone. Ferguson has struck out 11 batters in those 7 innings. 4 earned runs have crossed on his watch. Ferguson deals again, strike 3 swinging. Great start for Noah Ferguson for the first out of the 7th inning.
Poor Gabe looked back out there and at the pitcher's mound and said, well, bring back Jackson Howell.
Yeah. Whereas so far, 0 for 2 against Blues pitchers not named Jackson. Here's Brandon Wynn. One guy to get Marco Cipolla for some damage. He fouls off the first pitch from Ferguson.
What else could it be? It has to be. I think it has to 5 miles per hour.
Yeah, Wynn's last appearance was the 2 RBI single to score some of Howell's runs. 0-1 pitch to him is just inside.
Brandon with a big hit to give the Pirates some insurance back in the 4th inning. That 2-run single off of Cipolla.
1-1 for Wynn is hit weakly over to first. Tollerman fields a flip to Ferguson, and he's out of there.
I tell you, Wynn made it close with that speed of his. Wow.
Despite the effort, there's still nothing going for the Pirates in the 7th inning. But Robert Pitts, the man who can create something out of nothing, comes to the plate for VC. Ferguson to Pitts. He lays down a bunt that goes backwards. Pitts 1 for 3 with the first inning single. Hasn't scored despite getting to third back in the opening frame. He's been far behind in counts since then. Down 1-2 and 0-2. Now down 0-1. Here's the second pitch to him. In there for strike 2. So it happens yet again. Pitts falling behind against these Blues pitchers. Here's another to Pitts. It's hit into right center field in the air and caught by Hicksonbaugh for out number 3. So the Pirates go down in short order, but still hold a 7-3 lead here at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. We're going to go into the 7th inning stretch, but before we do, a reminder that Ventura County Pirates baseball is brought to you by The Answer's Yes. MasterCard and Visa is the largest class action settlement in U.S. history. If your company took Visa or MasterCard payments between 2004 and 2019, you are entitled to file a claim for a refund for being overcharged for transaction fees. Call Kevin Sumston at 760-685-5813 for more. We'll be back in just a bit for the bottom 7th. We're back at the bottom of the 7th inning between your Pirates and the Blues. A 7-3 advantage for the Pirates. As south as you can get in the CCL North. Braden Lowe on. Gets a first strike there on a half swing by Jake Hicksonbaugh. Hicksonbaugh 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. 0-1 pitch is down the middle as well.
Well, had to get Braden Lowe in here, who's, I don't believe he's pitched. He didn't go to Alaska.
No.
So he needs to get some innings in here.
He's gotten some innings in. Had over an inning against the Sunrays, over an inning against the Saints. pitching 3 days in a row. 2-1 is outside. Or excuse me. It's now 2-2, scoreboard error on the part of the Blues staff. 2-2 pitch is hit over to first, handled by Mariano. He runs to first and gets the out.
Hey kids, don't forget it's the Footloose Wednesday right after this year's inning. Head up to the stairs at the top of the third base side.
So Perez was darn near perfect. Gave up just a walk and a wild pitch in 42 pitches. No runs, no hits, and one person stranded in 2 innings for Joseph Perez, and a terrific outing for him today.
And you mentioned Perez was almost perfect. Lowe actually was yesterday in 1 1/3 against the Saints in Pasadena. First pitch from Lowe just misses inside to Sam Ardoin.
And 3 strikeouts as well.
1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and Lowe has just been a workhorse for the Pirates outside of the Alaska trip, of course. Here's 1-1 for yet another strike. His delivery is always confusing to new opponents, and of course, being in a different division, the Blues have not seen this. Here he comes again, just outside to even the count.
And that's also crosses up home plate umpires too. Mark Sharkey lines up on the left shoulder of the catcher.
That one's hit over to third, and it's bobbled by Jaquez. No throw from short. Akiyama decides to swallow it, and that's a leadoff base runner with 1 out for the Blues.
That's an error all the way.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. It was hit decently hard, but it wasn't totally smoked.
Yeah, Evan had a nice hop to play, and probably looking at first base too soon, because it was just that juicy meatball coming at you.
Gotta catch it before you can throw it. Evan Jaquez allows the base runner there. Now top of the order, Ethan Royal takes ball 1.
The infield looking for 2, but as I was saying before that error, Mark Sharkey is lined up on the left side of the catcher, so partially blocked by the right-handed hitter on this delivery by Braden Lowe.
1-0 after a pickoff attempt, and it is tapped foul. Ardois went on that one, and clear his intention is to steal.
So I was talking to Andrew Thomas after the home plate umpire at the Bucks Juice game, and he was saying it's a tough adjustment.
Sure it is, as Lowe throws over to first. Ardois is safe.
Trying to see who that was. That was Adam Aboud, maybe, for the Juice.
There's 1-1. It's low and inside. Royal has a run scored, was the first to cross the plate for the Blues back in the 3rd. Other than that inning, he's 0 for 2. Here's 2-1, swung on and missed a throw, and Ardois goes to second. He's safe. Great base running by Ardois.
Speedy to get under the tag. It was a good throw from Mariano to DJ Akiyama, but just under the tag, so it's a stolen
Speedy
base.
and confident for the Blues shortstop. 1 out, 1 on. Here's 2-2. It's hit over to short. Akiyama fields, throws to third.
So there's a 10-cent play after the speed there. And DJ Akiyama getting the runner coming down from third base is Ardoin should have just stayed where he was. And he still would have been in scoring position, but instead on the fielder's choice, Ethan Royal's at first, and a second out gift by Ardois and the Blues.
Just confident in his speed that time, too confident. That's a ball one first pitch by Lowe to Braden Jeffries.
Probably one of those things where you do have that speed and you go on contact, and when he's about halfway down from second base to third, goes, uh-oh.
Yep. That's the curse of being quick, is that sometimes you get out there and you always forget that the ball's a lot quicker than you are.
But DJ Akiyama and Evan Jaquez doing a good job.
Runner goes now, throw to second base, it's off the bag. But the tag is in there! That was great by DJ Akiyama. Swiping it and applying the tag to get Royal for out number 3. Some fun on the base paths as the Pirates maintain their 7-3 lead. You're watching Ventura County Pirates baseball on the VC Pirates YouTube channel. We'll be right back with the eighth inning here from the Central Coast.
Before Jose Mariano, Ryder Gordon, and Sean Mann face Noah Ferguson for his second inning of work, want to tell you that the answer is yes. MasterCard and Visa is the largest class action settlement in U.S. history. If your company took Visa or MasterCard payments between 2004 and 2019, you are entitled to file a claim for refund for being overcharged for transaction fees. Call Kevin Sumstein at 760-685-5813. Lou Stowers back with you at Simsheimer Stadium in San Luis Obispo, where Noah Ferguson, in his second inning of work, throws high and tight to Jose Mariano, who is 0 for 3 today. 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Very unusual for the big first baseman with the big smile. As Ferguson pitching out of the stretch, and this one is fouled back, excuse me style, and it's 1-1. So Ferguson is a big kid from Oregon State in Salem, Oregon, from South Salem High School, and this one's reached for and tapped in front. Ferguson came off late, and that goes down the line. Jose Mariano is going to make it to second, and Scott Murray puts on the brakes, and that's where Jose Mariano will stay at second. After Noah Ferguson threw that ball, he turned around like the ball was in the glove of his catcher, Owen Esterbrook, but it tapped out in front, and by the time Ferguson figured it out, Mariano was on second base.
Are you giving infield single for that initially?
Yes.
Because it was hitting a pretty rough spot, great speed by Mariano, and then, of course,
and then E1.
Rousing E1.
On the throw. So didn't even get changed back on that lousy play. And here's Ryder Gordon, who is 1 for 3. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 0-1. Ryder started off the second inning with a base hit to center field, came around to score on Gabe Juarez's booming bases loaded double. So next pitch, and that's a slider in for a strike, and it's 0-2 all of a sudden to Ryder Gordon. So I'm sure that he would, well, actually he did make up for his error with a good play between DJ Akiyama and Ryder. But I'm sure he would love to do it on offense, but this one swung on and missed, dropped by Esterbrook, and throws it to first base. So it's a strikeout 2-3. And it's one down for Sean Mann. So Sean, 0 for 1, was on an error to lead off the fourth inning, and then came around to score on Brandon Wynn's 2-run double. So now Sean looking for an RBI. He had 5 RBIs on July 2nd of last year here, with a 2-run home run and a 2-run triple. And the fastball bites off the outside corner. Or was that kind of a slider, it looked like? Had a little bit of a break to it. The lights are taking effect here, kind of. Kind of reminds me of Jackie Robinson Field up in Pasadena, where they have lights, but this was foul tipped into the glove, and it's 0-2 to Mann. But not really all that bright. But what the heck?
And
It
this could be
works.
this could be a big spot for the Pirates. Don't really know what they have left pitching, so every run should count big.
And the slider, that's a hard slider to the Seawolf from Sonoma State. There is a lefty warming up down in the Pirate bullpen. So here comes the 1-2, swung on and missed on a fastball, and down goes Mann. Second strikeout for Ferguson, and that'll bring up Evan Hawkins.
I mean, Sean Mann's now struck out twice swinging. He's been aggressive, but just hasn't gotten the bat to the ball when he needs to. Obviously, he can take it for a ride, but because of that, Mariano's still stuck on second with 2 out.
Hawkins is 0 for 3, 2 flyouts to left field, and trying to bunt his way as the third baseman, Casey Borba, was way behind the bag at third base.
Hit it really well on the fly out to left field the last time up in the top of the 6th inning. So he has it in him, but hasn't gotten lucky.
Outfield straightaway for Evan. The second baseman is cheating to bug Jose Mariano. And this one's lined up in the middle and in for a base hit. Scott Murray waves Jose Mariano home, and that scores the run, and it's 8-3. Pirates over the Blues on the RBI single by Evan Hawkins, who throws the collar away.
Yeah, after that miss with the flyout last time he was up, and also was disadvantaged in a count earlier in the game where he had to try and bunt. That time he had to try and bunt again, but fought back, drove in a much-needed run for the Pirates. 8-3, some comfortable breathing room for VC.
And that brings up the top of the order, and Ethan Kearney. Kearney is 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch, and then came in on Brandon Wynn's double. And he tries to bunt it, and that would have definitely been a base hit had he got it fair, because that thing died in the dirt. That was a beautiful bunt.
Yeah,
Textbook.
With Kearney's speed, that would have been an easy infield single, but it was not to be.
Well, the Pirates are starting to gel, and it's fun to see this right in front of our eyes. It's really fun to get all these kids that came in pretty much last minute, except for the veterans. Brody Brown, Sean Mann, and Robbie Treto, and Adrian Melendrez. And this pickoff throw is just a calling card, but it's a good thing that Tollerman is tall over there, because that was pretty high. 0-1 is the count, with 2 down and a runner at first, and Brandon Wynn trying to inside out a pitch and fouls it back, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, the team really looking better. Obviously, a resounding win, getting back from California over the Sun Rays, and a game yesterday against the Saints that really should have been 2 in a row.
Well, the error and the other mistakes are starting to pay off by the Blues. The Pirates are making the Blues pay, and Ferguson wanted to walk off with that strike, but Mark Sharkey said, no, that was the ball, and it's 1-2. So Evan Hawkins over at first base with a wind out of the sails RBI single, or wind into the sails for the Pirates. Here comes the 1-2 with 2 down. And that's strike 3 called, and that was on the inside corner, and a beauty. That slider into Ethan Kearney. So 2 strikeouts, actually 3 strikeouts in the inning for Noah Ferguson, but a run on 2 hits, and 1 man left. Will go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Pirates get 1 more insurance run. They're up 8-3 over the San Luis Obispo Blues on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Eight runs on 8 hits for the Pirates and 2 errors, and 3 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors for the Blues. So how about that? The Pirates are up. Came up here, long ride, lots of naps, and some video games, and here they are. And here is Jacob Russell coming on to relieve Braden Lowe. First pitch is fouled down the left field line into and past the Pirates bullpen, 0-1 to Braden Jeffries. Jeffries followed by Casey Borba, then Zach Tollerman. And Jacob Russell, a lefty, 6 foot, 190-pound senior from the University of Redlands. And was that to Gordon or was that Russell?
That was to Gordon, yeah.
Okay.
Nice little flip over to get that first out.
Okay. Jacob quick pitched me.
Moves fast.
So 1 down. And that'll bring up Casey Borba, who is 1 for 3 with an infield single and then struck out twice. Also a run scored on that infield single. First pitch is a ball to Borba, the third baseman. Russell with a high leg kick, rocks and deals, and that's outside 2-0. So Braden Lowe, although it was a weird inning, gave up no runs, no hits, no strikeouts, no walks in one inning.
Yeah, and Lowe is just a relief pitcher, as it were, coming in, doing the work. He tricks these batters, and it's been really effective.
Here comes the 2-1, swung on a miss, and a nice fastball on the outside of the plate, and it's 2-2. So these young pitchers for the Pirates are starting to gel as well, getting used to their acumens at not only LA Valley College, but on the road. This one's up the middle, off of the mound, picked up by Akiyama, and a nice throw and stretch over at first base by Jose Mariano. It's 2 down.
And I just love watching DJ Akiyama throw the baseball. Since he got comfortable here with the Pirates, he's just been really tough to beat. Guys are rushing out of the box, but can't get to where they want to go because of DJ.
He has such cat-like reflexes that having that ball deflect off the mound didn't affect him at all. He just went with it as he was going more towards second base to his left, and then put on the brakes and got that ball and fired over to Mariano. And this one's grounded in the hole between first and second and into right field for a 2-out base hit by Zach Tollerman, who is now 1 for 3 with a walk. On the 1-ball counts. And here comes Brendan Comerford. And Comerford is 1 for 3 with a single to right field back in the second inning off of Mason Miles. Russell with a fastball right over the top, swung on and missed. Now, being able to watch Jacob Russell from this angle, and you have the angle at home, the same as us up here. Here comes the 0-1, swung on and missed. Really appreciate Jacob Russell's approach to the plate, his windup and his delivery. He hides the ball very well until the last second. With a runner at first, Tollerman, and swung on and missed on a breaking ball, strike 3. And no runs on a hit, and Tollerman left for the Blues. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Blues hold an 8-3 lead over the San Luis Obispo Blues. Special thanks to New Century Volkswagen in Glendale on the Brand Boulevard of Cars, or Cars in English. Call 818-522-6263. We'll be back with the top of the 9th inning with the Pirates leading the Blues 8-3 on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Support your Ventura County Pirates and Bucks. Buy the Bucks red or black fitted hats for $30, or the pretty new Pirates new CCL red and black hats for $35. Pair that with the new Ventura County Pirates t-shirts with our new logo on the back. Men's crew cut and women's V-neck shirts available for $25 and kids for $20. Available at every home game. Just stop by the press box, and they are a heck of a lot cheaper than the Alaska Gold Panthers gear. Boy, they take advantage of being the 49th state.
Yeah,
Everything's $49.
Everything's $49, but they do make beautiful gear. But
They do.
the stuff that we have for the Pirates and Bucks is really cool too.
Yep, it is. We're getting there. Ba, ba, ba. Here comes DJ Akiyama, speaking of how well he has done in the field today. Then there's Gabe Juarez and Brandon Wynn facing, is that Noah Ferguson still? I believe so. First pitch, and that's looks like it was high, but no, and that is Ferguson. And it's a strike to DJ Akiyama, 0-1. DJ has a hit in his 4 plate appearances, so he's 1 for 1. 2 walks and hit by a pitch. This one is backhanded and low and inside. DJ had a base hit back in the 6th inning and then tried to stretch it out after a funny hop and bobble by Hicksonbaugh out in right field and was just thrown out by Hickenbaugh. A good throw and a good tag by Brandon Jeffries, the second baseman. So here comes the 1-1 to him from Ferguson, and this is swung on and missed, 0-2. This is one of these teams, Alex, the Blues, that the Pirates just can't relax on. If they have a chance to score more runs, up 8-3 in the top of the 9th inning, they need to take advantage of it.
Pirates haven't earned a chance to rest against anybody.
Fastball, and that's hit high and deep into, well, not that deep into center field, into right center field. Guess it was just wishful thinking, and it's 1 down. Ethan Royal with the catch, moving over a few steps to his left. Stage right.
We might be a little too used to Alaska because in Fairbanks the wind was whipping, everything was going deep. Here the American flag has been sitting next to the pole, just down draped for basically the whole game. So nothing going too far.
Plus the air was very thin.
Yes.
Up in Fairbanks, even though it was only 200 feet above sea level. That'll bring up Gabe Juarez, and Gabe looking to get back in the swing of things. Started off the evening good against Jackson Howell with 2 hits and 4 RBI in those 2 hits and a run scored, and then since then has struck out twice. Also having a very good day behind the plate. Gabe Juarez. Here comes Ferguson's 0-1. And did he swing? No, they check down, and Gabe with those strong hands and good bat control holds up. I think that's one of the best attributes about Gabe, being that power hitter and a big kid with that bat control and those strong hands. 1-1 with 1 down, top of the 9th inning, 8-3, Pirates lead. And there's a slider that looks like the slut outside, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, this is a really tough matchup for both of these guys because Juarez is so disciplined, and simply put, Ferguson's been nasty and hitting his spots.
So here comes the pitch, and that's fouled back, and it's 2-2. Well, now that we're up in San Luis Obispo, and this old pirate has been around the block a few times, and I had a chance to talk to the field manager, Dean Trainer of the Blues, and he's been in these parts here in San Luis Obispo for many, many years, since the at least the mid-'60s. As here comes the 2-2 pitch to Gabe Juarez. And this is grounded down the third baseline and into the corner. Juarez is rounding second and trying to go to second. Here comes a throw, and he's a dead duck. So that was a good pickup by Gio. Actually, that's Lewis out there. Jariah Lewis got to the ball quickly down the third baseline and threw a strike to Braden Jeffries, but it's a base hit, and then 7-4 on the putout, and that's 2 down for Brandon Wynn. So we know that Juarez has better than average speed for a big guy, but a great play over there by Lewis in left field to get to that ball in a hurry.
I mentioned it earlier. We were joking before the game about me sometimes pointing out that Juarez isn't quite a Robert Pitts out of the box, but come on, Gabe. You're not.
Yeah, even with the 5-run lead. So here comes the 1-1 to Brandon Wynn, and that's outside, 2-0. So talking to Dean Traynor, and ends up that he played with, here at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, with former catcher, former lawyer, former mayor, as Brandon Wynn grounds it to second, scooped up by Braden Jeffries, and puts it away. 4-3 on the putout. Well, we'll get to friends and neighbors in San Luis Obispo with the bottom of the ninth coming up. No runs on a hit, nobody left, and Noah Ferguson's night should be over. As we'll go to the bottom of the ninth inning, last call for the Blues, as the Pirates lead 8-3 over the Blues on the Ventura County Pirates YouTube channel. Hey, it's the bottom of the ninth inning. Are you hungry, Alex?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, visit where the Pirates and Bucks eat. Subway sandwiches, 200929 Ventura Boulevard, just west of DeSoto and Woodland Hills. They got sandwiches waiting for us. Owen Esterbrook, Jariah Lewis, and Jake Hicksonbaugh against Jacob Russell, trying to put away the Blues. And he's already ahead of Esterbrook, 0-1, who has really been a pain to the Pirates. He is 1 for 2 and swings and misses at this one. It's 0-2. But he's really drawn out the pitching staff here. 2 3-2 counts and a 2-2 count. And really hasn't been an effect on it, but boy, he's just been a pain. And that's what you want to be. And now swings and misses at this one, strike 3. So Russell with the strikeout. That's his second strikeout of his outing. And that'll bring up Jariah Lewis, who made that terrific play in left field to nail Gabe Juarez trying to stretch his single into a double. And normally you would think that would go for a double, hitting that down, scorching it down the left field line over third base. So Mason Miles going 4 innings, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits and 4 strikeouts, started things off as the first pitch to Lewis is a strike, who came on as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 6th, and that's strike 2. Then it was Joseph Perez who went 2 innings, gave up no runs, no hits, and struck out 3. And this is inside out to third base, picked up by Jaquez and dug out by Mariano on a great play.
Another pair of pants for Mariano at first base. Might have put a hole in that one on the splits.
So check the hamstrings there, Jose. 5-3 on the putout, and the defense has been very good tonight for the Pirates.
Yeah, it has. One of those mistakes was Jaquez messing up a few innings ago, just going for too much, but that time Jaquez knew his strength there, gunned it down, a little bit of a stretch necessary. Mariano has just been top class at first.
And that's the first pitch to Hicksonbaugh is in for a strike, so Jacob Russell has thrown nothing but strikes. He had a 3-ball count. This one's chopped. Russell has it. No one covering first, and Ryder Gordon was there, but the throw probably shouldn't have been made anyway. So it has to be an error on somebody.
I think it'd be on Russell, even though it's a little unfair.
Yep. Probably should have held on to it for the hit.
He should have held on to it. I don't know what Mariano was doing. It was in Russell's territory. I would say, yeah, it's a tough one.
And Gordon maybe should have covered first a little quicker.
That too.
And
But I
Max
think
Lane
the most
is coming
direct.
in the pinch hit for Sam Ardois. Max Lane out of Harvard. And Russell hopes that Lane isn't smart enough to get a hit.
The things I love about Max Lane, he always has a smile on his face. So
Max Lane looks at the pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-1.
he could be in Central Valley where it's 100.
So Lane, the last hope for the Blues, and it's 1-1 with a runner at first base in Hicksonbaugh. Russell, fastball, swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. So match point for the Pirates against the Blues. And Russell wanting to put this one away. Jacob Russell with a 1-2 count against pitch hitter Max Lane with a runner at first. Here it comes, swung on and bounced to third base, picked up by Jaquez. Throws across. No, that just pulled Mariano off the bag, or it may have been the speedster Max Lane beating it out. At any rate, it's a base hit. And the Blues are not going quietly into the night on their home field at Sunshine Stadium.
Another great attempt there by Jaquez, and Mariano just couldn't complete it. Lane has fresh legs, just being subbed into the game, and beat it out.
Now Lane had a lot of speed, that's for sure. That was a slow tapper up the grass there that kind of died in the grass, and Jaquez quick onto it, but just couldn't complete the out. And that'll bring up the top of the order and Ethan Royal. And now Gabe Juarez goes out to talk to Russell about maybe shifting some signs around, because you got a kid from Harvard out there who might figure out the signs.
The kid from Harvard's on first. They're not superhuman.
Okay, he still might see it. Well, you don't have to get all, just because you're from
Listen, I want to
Syracuse.
keep the Ivy League kids in check.
Nah,
They're only 2 times smarter than me, not 3.
2.5.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, so Hicksonbaugh on at second. And to Royal, this one is fouled back, and it's 0-1 with 2 down. And the Pirates leading 8-3. So Max Lane, even though he goes to Harvard, is from Newport Beach and Corona Del Mar High School, so he's a Sea King. Another Orange County kid. And this one is high and outside for a ball. 1-1.
It's from CCL South Territory.
So Ethan Royal with no hits, but has been on twice with the fielder's choice and scored a run. struck out and bounced out to second. This one's lined into the gap into right center field and drops in for a base hit. Picked up by Kearney, who throws it into the middle of the infield. And that knocks in Jake Hicksonbaugh, and that cuts the lead in half, 8-4. Blues Blues trailing the Pirates. And here comes Scott Murray out to the mound.
Yeah, and Scott Murray's at least got to talk to Jacob Russell. Russell has this win in him. He's been pitching well early on here in the 8th, and then first 2 outs were picked up quite easily. Now it's just an interesting time here with 2 outs.
Now that play at first base, or the tapper by Hicksonbaugh, where Russell threw it to nobody, really. It's a good thing Ryder Gordon arrived when he did at first base. That was the big play of this inning, because now Hicksonbaugh scores. So Murray going out to calm down his left-hander, who faces Braden Jeffries, who is 1 for 4, and runners at the corners with 2 down. Pitches high to Jeffries. The first batter that Russell faced back in the 8th inning. 6th batter in the bottom of the 9th inning. So the Blues are trying to shake things up here, and the Pirates trying to dock this win. Curveball, and that's in for a strike, and that was a beauty.
Yeah, it was.
So Russell has to feel better about that one with a 1-1 count and 2 down. 2 runners on, a run in, and it's 8-4, and now a pickoff, and it gets away from Jose Mariano. The run scores, it makes it 8-5, and going from first to third is Ethan Royal on the error by Jacob Russell, the throwing error.
Yeah, a couple things about that pickoff move. It was pretty good because it took Ethan Royal by surprise. The bad thing is it seemed to take Jose Mariano by surprise.
So now it's 8-5 with 2 outs. Curveball, and that bends in for strike 2. And Russell shaking it off with 2 terrific curveballs, but that pickoff throw got away, scoring a run, and Royal at third. And this one's golfed into left field down the line, and that scores Royal. And that makes it 8-6. And all of a sudden, we have the tying run come to the plate. And nobody up in the bullpen for the Pirates. So Jacob Russell.
The guys might have to walk home from San Luis Obispo if this goes how it is looking right now.
Casey Borba up to bat. He is 1 for 4 with an infield hit and a run scored. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. So Jacob Russell trying to slam the door on the Blues, but the Blues are being grisly tough, and this one's hit high into the air to right field. Kearney is underneath it and puts it away, and also puts the Blues away. Wow. It wasn't easy, that's for sure. But the Ventura County Pirates come up to San Luis Obispo and a huge upset win over the San Luis Obispo Blues. The Blues fall to 11-13 and have now lost 3 in a row. Meanwhile, the Pirates have won 5 and lost 19 and get back on the winning track in what ended up being a terrific ball game.
Yeah, it definitely was. I'm going to ignore that final inning for my sanity. The rest of the performance was pretty complete. Gets the Pirates to 4 games below 500 at 5-9. And now there's 3 wins over the San Diego Sunrays. The first win in a while against a non-affiliate in the CCL. And guess what, Lou?
Yes, what?
The Pirates are undefeated in the North Division. North Division can't hurt him anymore. 1,000% winning percentage.
There you go. That's absolutely right. So for the Pirates, 8 runs on 9 hits, but they commit 4 errors. For the Blues, 6 runs on 9 hits, and they commit 2 errors. So the winning pitcher is Jacob Russell. Or is it Jacob? I'm going to say it's Mason Miles
It
is
is,
the winning
I
pitcher.
believe so.
The losing pitcher is Jackson Howell. So the 2 starters are the winners and the losers. So Mason Miles doing a great job, going 4 innings, giving up 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk in 66 pitches. So congratulations to the Ventura County Pirates. And who would you say is our player of the game?
Our player of the game, let's see.
Mason has to be
I
the
think it's
pitcher.
Mason Miles as it comes to the pitchers. A couple great performances there. Feels like, I don't know.
Well, Gabe Juarez had the 2 big
I think it may
hits.
have to be. I mean, he did produce half the runs at the end of the day, even though he tailed off on the later side. Also caught a great game
He did.
for 4 Pirates pitchers that put in a good performance. So I'd say Gabe Juarez is the player of the game for tonight.
All right. Well, Alex Ramol, thanks for joining me here up in San Luis Obispo, and we'll do it all again. Actually, you'll do it all again Saturday and Sunday. I have to work for a living over the weekend.
What a shame. 4:30 game against, I believe, the Malibu Marlins tomorrow at LA Valley College, a non-league affair for the Pirates. And then on Sunday, a 4:30 start against the Santa Barbara Foresters over at Santa Barbara High School.
That's right. So big travel this weekend. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Also want to thank a few people up here in San Luis Obispo, like PA announcer Nigel Whitehead, who helped us out with some lineups and some other things. Also, one of the broadcasters, Nate Mills. Want to thank him very much for helping us out here on the broadcast as well. Well, for Alex Ramol, I'm Lou Stowers telling you once again the final score from Semsheimer Stadium in San Luis Obispo. The Ventura County Pirates defeat the San Luis Obispo Blues 8-6. And Ventura County Pirates baseball is brought to you by The Answer is Yes. Find out if you qualify for a refund from fraudulent credit card transaction fees. Call 760-685-5813. WFG Insurance. Call Cassidy Eden or Lou Stowers at 562-266-7024 for your free personal financial checkup. Until next time, so long.